and how are you today? I hope you are well. So we've been spending a lot of time focusing on movement, exercise, how to stand, how to walk, all those things that are really, really important and I'm deeply passionate about. But I thought today we'd talk about a different topic, and that is about skincare. Because why? I was in a shop this week and I witnessed a woman walking into the store, and she walked up to a young girl in her 20s and said to her, and the young lady, the sales assistant said, "How can I help you?" And she said, "I'm looking for skincare." And my hair just went up on end, okay? Because I have heard about the thousands and thousands of dollars and the turnover of this particular store, how much money they're doing a year in turnover on skincare. And what really, really upsets me so much is how, again, women are being conned out of their money. They have no idea, they have no knowledge. They walk into a store assuming that the sales assistant has the knowledge that they are looking for, and so they put their trust in a complete stranger, and then they are taking this journey. Now, my argument is, one, how can one sales assistant have had personal experience with every single skincare in that store? And secondly, she's in her 20s, so what does she know about a mature woman's skin? And thirdly, how much experience has she had as a sales assistant with skincare? Now, my personal journey has been a really painful one, in that I unfortunately had acne. I unfortunately had terrible scarring. I've spent all those thousands over the years on skincare. I actually was that sales assistant, but no, I was a beauty therapist as well. So I was personally working with the products on clients. So I had an idea of which were the best of all the evils, but there was never ever a solution. Ever in my entire life had there been a solution to my acne and my breakouts and my scarring. And then as I aged, my aging, the wrinkling and all those things that we experience. So that's the reason why I decided to do the video today. I'm going to try and make it short because it can go on for a long time. My knowledge, my passion about this. But a few fundamentals that you need to know. And so I was very fortunate to then come across a skincare product that actually has won. Then when I came across it in 2005, it hadn't won. It was still out on its journey of becoming known, of becoming global, which it has. And now it is the foundation of all skincare, and it's what all skincare houses are trying to replicate. But the clever gentleman who had been burned through the process, who created the product, he initially didn't realize he had to patent things, and so stuff was stolen from him, ideas and names and stuff. So he learned to patent along the way, and now he's patented all his formulas. And so you can only get the true results from this guy, and that's the reason why I'm standing here. He doesn't know I'm standing here representing Dr. Des Fernandes and the Environ Skincare, and you don't have to buy it from me, but you're going to hear about it from me, because I'm tired of hearing women walking into stores, wasting their money, buying what he calls tubes of hope. All right? He does not sell tubes of hope. He is a plastic surgeon. He has had an enormous journey himself personally with his skin care, but also in losing two patients under the age of 23 to melanoma. And that was in the 80s. He was devastated as a plastic surgeon. He started researching the skin and how it actually works, and discovered the overall health, the DNA of every cell in your entire body is maintained by vitamin A. So Environ is vitamin A based, and in the 50s they actually did research on vitamin A and discovered that by rubbing it onto aged skin, the elderly actually saw a result in that in 6 weeks. Now, I'm not talking about vitamin A that you just buy in a store and rub it on. We're talking about a vitamin A that has to be chirally correct for the skin to actually identify it and then absorb it readily into the skin, all right? So Dr. Fernandes discovered this research, and for some unknown reason, they discovered this, scientists in the 50s and 60s. And I remember my very clever father used to make us, before we went in the sun, and when we came home from being in the sun, he would make us take vitamin A tablets. Because of the research in the 50s and in the 60s when I was growing up. But Dr. Fernandez actually took this information and used it on himself and did scientific studies on himself as his own personal guinea pig, and discovered that vitamin A maintains the health of the DNA of every cell in your body. But the skin is the largest organ and it is exposed to UV light. So I'm standing under one now, but as you step outside, it's the UV rays and they destroy vitamin A. So that's just unfortunate that that's the way that nature works. And so what we see as aging, Dr. Fernandez calls it sun damage. And in the 50s and 60s, there were these headlines, have we discovered the cure to sunburn? When in actual fact they had, but he doesn't know why they didn't continue with that research. It just seemed to come to a grinding halt, even though it had been proven that it worked. They actually physically saw the results, but they did nothing more. So he discovered all this in the 80s and started working with products and finding the correct form of vitamin A, because you've heard of retinol and you're told not to step outside with it because you will burn. Well, that's true. So he had to find a vitamin A that would be chirally correct, that would the DNA of the skin of the cell in the skin would readily absorb and then manufacture into the form of vitamin A that you need in that specific cell in your body, internally and externally. So unless you are topically putting vitamin A on your skin every day, you are going to be exposed to UV, either indoors or out, and then that is going to destroy the vitamin A in your skin, and then the health of that DNA of that cell is going to break down, and that's how we end up with aging and skin cancers. So that's the bottom line, ladies, is you need to be reaching for the correct skincare. And this is the reason why I do posts all the time on, and it's always about Environ, because he has won all the awards. He has won Best Medical Skincare in the world 2 years in a row. And I then actually emailed them to find out, yeah, but who were the voters? Because, you know, you can buy voters. Who were the voters? And the voters were plastic surgeons, dermatologists, and medical professionals. So there were 30,000 votes cast, and he won, and it was all the medical profession that were the voters. So please stop wasting your money, okay? Please keep watching my posts on skincare. I now don't have any scarring on my face. I no longer have breakouts. I'm 57 and I have very few wrinkles. And why? Because I apply vitamin A topically every day, morning and night. And that is the secret to good skincare. Please stop wasting your money. And I'm giving you the right information. So stay tuned. I will keep you updated.